Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF, where you can count on the trusted performance of Allevo seed treatment to protect your soybean crop. About 5 inches of snow on the ground here at my studio. Looks pretty good, but we're going to have to clean some of that up. Farmers and landowners with acres in the Conservation Reserve Program should begin to see their rental checks show up this week, with the Farm Service Agency offices now issuing payments. CRP pays more than $1.85 billion annually to more than 302,000 landowners who have 25.85 million acres enrolled in the program, according to USDA's latest monthly report on the program. CRP payments are typically issued in mid-October. Now, rental payments nationally for CRP range from a low of $10.12 per acre in Nevada to $258 in Maryland. Nationally, the average rental payment is $71.95 an acre, though rental payments can vary widely because of different variations of CRP that have been created throughout the years. Today's weather brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Here's the forecast.
Improving weather, at least in terms of sky condition. However, cold air is here to stay a little bit longer. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Quick forecast update here in Ohio. I think as we move through the late afternoon and evening hours, we'll start to see some sunshine and breakthrough in more and more areas, clearing completely overnight tonight. A little bit of lake effect may pop up in northern tier counties of Ohio tomorrow and Thursday, but generally high pressure is trying to come in and take control. That means most of us will see at least a mix of clouds and sunshine through the end of this week. Over the weekend, there's a minor disturbance that's falling apart as it tries to show up into the eastern Corn Belt, so keep an eye to the skies Saturday night into Sunday. If we see anything at all, it'll be a little bit of light snow and flurry action. Then we're dry to start next week, Monday, before it gets a little more interesting Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm Ryan Martin.
And thanks, Ryan. Although last week was a shortened holiday week for the Thanksgiving break, traders were actively supportive of the cattle complex despite the irregular trading schedule. Largely, the market's late week rally was attributed to the positive market comments Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins made last week in a Lonesome Lands interview, where she stated that when the U.S.-Mexico border reopens, it will be a slow and methodical process. The port in Arizona is expected to reopen first, as it's the farthest from any detected case of New World screwworm, and the industry can rest assured 1 million head of cattle won't show up merely overnight. This insight came as a breath of fresh air to the marketplace, as largely everyone has been kept in the dark about how the border will reopen when the time comes. Back with more after this.
When you combine the advanced technology of Enlist E3 soybeans with Seed Consultants' dedication to performance in the Eastern Corn Belt, it's a simply better experience. Our Seed Consultants brand soybeans are hand-selected, tested, and proven to perform in your conditions, backed by the local knowledge of Seed Consultants sales professionals. Buy into better soybeans with reliability and results packed into every variety. Visit seedconsultants.com.
Oil prices rose Monday morning after the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and their partners on Sunday agreed to keep oil output steady in the first quarter of 2026. The NYMEX WTI contract for January delivery advanced 59 cents a barrel to $59.14, and ICE Brent for February delivery rose by 58 cents to $62.96. The U.S. dollar index softened by 0.323 points to 99.085 against a basket of foreign currencies. OPEC Plus move was widely expected, while the producer group justified the pause in further output hikes with seasonally weaker demand. It was also interpreted as an acknowledgement of the global market slipping into and staying in oversupply throughout the next year. Also looks like Ukrainian strikes on Russian energy infrastructure weighed on the minds of some, This marked the first time that CPC exports, averaging 1.6 million barrels per day, were affected by Ukrainian strikes on Russian energy infrastructure. Today's market's brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. December corn up 2 3/4 at 435.5. March up 2 at 447. The January beans trade 1130 3/4, up 2 3/4. March 1141, up 3. July wheat 553, up 1 1/4. September a penny higher at 565 3/4. Livestock strongly higher. December cattle up $4.45 at 218.65. February up $5.20 at 221.12. December lean hogs up 17 cents at $80.40. February up 35 at 80.65. March feeder cattle up $7.80 at 323.32. April up $8.20 at $323.05. Thanks for joining us. This is the Ohio AgNet.